Okay, to write some HTML on your computer, you can use CodePen, which is what we used in the last video, but you'll probably end up using a proper program. Now, you're going to want to use a program that can edit text, but you're not going to want to use a program such as Microsoft Word because it has too much sort of stuff behind the scenes. We call that metadata. It sort of just bloats the file and it doesn't actually just write raw text. It does a bunch of other stuff behind the scenes. So, to write HTML, we actually use a specific type of program called an editor, and that editor just lets us write raw text straight to a file. Really all it is. Now, there are several options out there for you to get started with an editor. All of these options are going to be completely free. I'm going to start with number one, VS Code. VS Code is made by Microsoft. Super popular. It comes with all sorts of goodies and whatnot in it, plus it looks fantastic and it runs quite fast. So I would highly recommend VS Code, and that's what I'm going to be using in this course. I'm going to be using VS Code. Next is Atom. Atom is also made by Microsoft. It's actually made by GitHub, but GitHub is owned by Microsoft. That one is actually really cool too. I haven't used it too much, but I have a bunch of friends who love Atom, and it's really good editor. Again, it's absolutely free. Next is Sublime Text 3. I've been using this one for a couple years, and I've been using Sublime Text 2 for years before that. I really like it. It's super fast. It's way faster than VS Code. It is free, but it's called Negware. So like every 10 saves or so, it's going to say a little pop-up. It's going to say, hey, do you want to buy this? Do you want to donate? Do you want to buy this? Do you want to donate? Do you want to buy this? Do you want it? So it's a little bit annoying, but it's a really good editor. I also use this editor when I'm not recording, when I'm working on particular projects that have larger files. So maybe I have to open up a 20 megabyte or even a 1 gig file. I would use Sublime for that. Otherwise, generally, I just stick with VS Code. Next is Brackets. I've never actually used Brackets, but I see tons of people talking about Brackets all the time. So I'm going to throw that one on the list. I do believe this one is free as well. And lastly, we have Notepad++, which sort of gets an honorable mention just for being so lightweight and simple. Although, to be totally honest, you're probably not going to want to use Notepad++. It's just really old school. It doesn't give you all the goodies that all these other editors will give you. And last but not least, if you want to follow everything without an editor, if you want to follow this whole course without a particular program on your computer, you can always open up your favorite web browser and go to www.codepen.io, and you can do everything right in CodePen. You can follow this entire course right on CodePen. You can save your progress, you can share your links, you can even make revisions to it and come back to it a little bit later with a saved link. Again, CodePen is completely free as well. They do have a pro tier, but you don't need that. So your task for this video is to find an editor that you like and either download it or just choose to use it for now. You can always change it down the road. You're not stuck with this for life. However, my recommendation is if you go to download a program, you might as well get VS Code. It's super popular, super lightweight. People really like it these days. There's a ton of support out there, lots of extensions, lots of goodies. And Microsoft is backing that one. So that's sort of a big deal in the editor world. So download one of the editors, Sublime, VS Code, Atom, Brackets, or Notepad++, something along those lines. Once you have that installed on your computer, head on over to that next video and I'll meet you over there.